First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. I need to say this. Whatever horror I'm gonna go through, I just need to take a second in every videos I make. And the reason why I say that is because, as a target individual, this purpose wanted to redesign this program. And for me, what's been happening is a lot of deceptive tactics to brainwash me into internalizing the retardation of how they wanted to project themselves as. And it doesn't take a genius, really. I'm not even going to try to claim that this is my intellect that is able to see things for what they are. Truly, it's just so obvious. And it's clear that this is obviously a program that not only can do so much to you psychologically via this technology that can alter your brain. And it's been validated that clearly I'm a target individual and I'm not the only one that goes through the same thing, and they go through the same process and expect you to just think of it in different ways. But on top of that, because I'm a target individual who deals with voice to skull, you should hear how these perps try to utilize these brainwashing tactics as they interact with me via the V2K. This documentary that came up on May 5th, 2026, which is just a few weeks ago. The deceptive tactics of this voice to skull and how they try to present themselves. I know some target individual, they try to fool them to believe there's some kind of satanic beings and this and that, and it sound like they're gods or cults. And the way they do that is when they interact with you via voice to skull, it's like they try to sound a certain way. They have even a tonality. With me, this tonality that they create is to try to almost turn you into a mentally retarded human being so you can accept the stupidity that they implant into your brain, the clear manipulation that they want you to internalize as if they're not manipulating you, and it's so obvious. And then the theatrics. One thing I should say to our individual, wear a body cam. You will see theatricness at the highest level. And the best part about this purpose that participate in that is like they're not aware or conscious of what they look like when they do these things. One thing is for sure, I refuse to allow these fuckers, and excuse my language for using that language. And I know somebody like Ana Toledo was saying that it makes you say it's hard to just censor your language when you address these clowns. And they are clowns. They are clowns that are not supposed to make you laugh, but clowns that are supposed to be gimmicky enough to get you to internalize these manipulations. And I love to put that in their face. Listen, with me, I know I provoked them by saying these things. It's going to get worse for me because of that. But it's not like I understand the situation I am already is dire. It's critical. So why should I censor myself now? Matter of fact, the stupidity that I hear sometimes is like, yeah, we're going to do this to you and this and that. And I'm like, you have damaged my body so much. And the truth is, this is not to demoralize, starting to fight till the last minute. And don't even fight for yourself, fight for the future. So that's what I'm doing, for the future of others. My life, I don't care about it anymore, because I know they've critically made me unhealthy, that there's no going back. I'm aware of that, I'm cautious of that. I'm not like these clowns, delusional retards that just think they can gaslight people into accept a reality that's so altered. The reality is that they've damaged my body enough that I don't think I'll ever be healthy, and it's just them prolonging my life at this point. My health has already been too compromised to go backward. It's over. The rest is going to be theatrical. Just like the way they interact with me via V2K. You should hear them say, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. It's like, okay, what will happen if they didn't do that? Talking about the torturers. Like, what will happen? I'll just rot? You a bunch of freaking clowns. And they really, sometimes they just mock me about how I'm dying. And I do believe that they're truly putting me in the critical state that I'm not going to be healthy ever again. But then, they're like, oh, they're going to do this and that's like, but if I'm already dying, as you say, does that even matter at this point? But they say that because they utilize that to try to gaslight me. They try to use fear tactics, even torturous things, to try to make me accept the storylines they create. I'm like, it's too late. If I'm already dying, whatever happens already after that, it's useless. You say what you needed to say. The rest is not even a factor. But it is a factor for you because you think that it's going to gaslight me to accept these things. You bunch of clowns. It's like saying that to somebody that they made that person have some critical level of cancer. There's no returning. Imagine you have cancer to the point where they give you like, okay, you have 6 months to live. And then before that, somebody's like, oh, they're going to do this. And that's like, I have 6 months to live. Let's go. Bunch of clown. You thought it's going to make me accept this. So now, with the awareness that things are already that dire for me, you think, let's go. Whatever torturous things, it's too late. You shouldn't kill me before doing that. Because if I'm understanding what you're saying to me, it's like basically I'm a dying man that you're going to do that to. Okay. Let me this dying man make sure I take you to the hell that waits you. Take me to the hell of a dying man. There's no heaven for me here. Even if you didn't do anything. In regard of like the torturers. You just compromise yourself, expose yourself for what you guys are part of. You're gonna listen to how torturous they are to children and women. Finding out that Epstein happened to be in the loop of this thing, I'm like, oh gosh. And this clown still try to paint himself as the protector of children. It's like, you disgusting low life. For all the children suffering in this program, I'm not gonna allow this low life disgusting trash that try to act like they're like researching to protect it. Trash. For the 3-year-old and 5-year-old tortured in agony. This trash was just the bottom feeders in the governmental program that even utilize tortures that are psychological, that's pedophilia centric. I want to thank this person who made this movie, documentary about Target Vigil, where within 10 minutes in, they start bringing up some of the typical things they do that push people into insanity, inclusive of the pedophilia type of torture. And then here these clowns involved in the program where not only they do this pedophilia type of torture, but happen to torture children. I will do whatever it needs to do to ensure that these losers don't leave that fantasy. Make yourself sound fearful, try to sound scary. It's a coincidence that even Epstein was very much involved. Like this, I can't even believe that's true. I was like, how compromised these losers are. Everything shows who's out here being threatful to children. That this pedophilia aura about this whole thing about them. That they try to cover up with disgusting, perverted feminism that's so disgusting because so much is happening to women. So many women are dying in this program. So many women are suffering in this program. And rape is utilized. It is a clear tool. Sexual torture is utilized a lot. It doesn't take a genius, and they're not going to utilize some of these perp stars, some little bottom feeders, some teenage disgusting trash who have entitlement that think they can cover up the sexual torture that they know to be utilizing, not only to women but children. I promise you're going to see how this little bottom feeders look like. And they're so disconnected with how they look. Because the presentation looks like a presentation. It looks like orchestration. Like they orchestrate this. It looks like you're gonna see me. As I'm saying that, I'm being distracted. And my being, and they walk in a certain way. They present themselves. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, talking with you. If you ever have doubts what these people look like when they do this in front of you, it's insane. Listen. I don't even go there yet. I'm going to take my time to make this video because I need that to stay back in reality. Yesterday, they were trying to create mental battles of some stupidity. Listen, I know, like many Target Vigil, that I'm in a target individual who deal with V2K synthetic telepathy. That means that my mind and my brain is also attacked on top of my body that is so destroyed. Oh my gosh, I am feeling sick, fatigue. I can tell that I am just not doing well. If anything, it feels like these people who are doing that to me try to slow down the damage they've done to my body. What I mean by that is that they want to prolong my life because they already damaged it to the point that if they don't do anything, I will not be alive. It looks like they are doing everything possible right now to prolong. Like, I feel like they have to do something to keep me alive. And like I said, target manager, I'm not trying to demoralize anybody, but that's the state of my targeting. They've damaged me so badly. That's the reality of things. It feels like if they don't treat me via this technology that damaged me, I will not be here talking. So I've understood that at this point, it's like, why am I supposed to censor myself? And the thing is, like, then try to scare me off. I was like, oh my gosh, if I can, I can't even think that far ahead. It's like somebody that knows that these people doing that things to you are killing you, or not even have already killed you. But what they're doing is they're trying to prolong your life and just try to just minimize the damage that they've caused to keep your life just long enough to continue to benefit from this. And then they say things, oh, they're gonna kick you, they're gonna do this and that, but you're like, if you don't do anything, if you don't do any of the reverting of the damaging you've done to my body, you know I will not be here talking. And I know that. They want to scare me about tortures and death when I'm already understanding that it's over, because you have already damaged me to the point of no return. So now I live my life making sure that you are not over. You are some coward low life that wanted to recreate reality, and so I'm alive right now. So I'm going to make sure you little clowns don't live your fantasy. For all the sufferings and torture, you will not paint yourself in this fashion. First and foremost, I want to bring up the sexual tortures and rapes. These people who wants to gaslight me. I was listening to this Rampage stream thing yesterday, and they were talking about this guy has like this dark humor, and he was saying something, oh, be careful your drink, I'm gonna put, he was saying that, and the woman's like, oh, you're gonna do the sleep rape or something like that. Immediately when they said that, they started making me think of, and I've made these videos about this woman called Courtney, even Brittany. Try to bring that up because it's somebody I was with when I was in college. We went out, we drank together, we had to, and then in the morning, and then I'm like, listen, today, and they try to be like, oh, you see, that was not, and I cannot let that happen. Listen, these people are not the people who can try to vilify me in regard of anything with women or anything like that, because it's like you're talking to people who are involved in something that is doing atrocious things all around the world. But rape is common. There is thousands and perhaps even millions of women in this program where rape in this program, and let me just say, the rapes come in different form. The most common ways they torture women in this rape-like fashion is targeting the genitals. It's clear that the way they break down people, the torturous way that's supposed to break you psychologically, some of it is sexual torture. Doesn't take a genius. They target the genitals and harm women's genitals, but the rapes, they can not only be this non-touch tortures that consist of raping women but sexually torturing them by burning genitals, cutting the genitals, executing the genitals, rectums, and the genital area, the private part area, is commonly happening. But there's also another level where they even spike the drinks of women. Talk about this like thing about sleeping in. They spike drinks of women, drug them, do things like that, or utilize this technology that can put women into a state of unconsciousness and then have perps come and rape them. And there's a lot of women perps participating in that. The worst part about this whole thing is so normalized that everyday citizen can be involved in the most atrocious things, consisting of systematic rapes. I don't need to be a genius. I'm like, you are the one who's going to bring up corny. You're delusional. First of all, thank God that I can get a hold of Courtney living her life. But most importantly, you are involved in something where women are being raped every day. In this documentary, it's always when you're going to hear target individuals and you hear a testimony of a woman being a target individual, the likelihood that one of the testimonies is going to consist of sexual torture is extremely high, almost expected. So you have people involved in that. Try to bring up whatever they can to vilify me. I was like, I'm sorry. I will not let you use Courtney or Brittany or act like you're doing it for this woman to get you to be involved in a program where thousands of women get raped and tortured. Claim that what you're doing is just there to be involved in a program where these rapes are so common that so many women, and as a target individual, are claiming being raped. You wanting to just benefit and being an opportunist in this program where raping is happening. For never, on the soul of Courtney or whoever, I will never let you live that fantasy. You are not going to be involved in this horrible, atrocious thing that does things to women and call yourself a darer and be like, you're just never. What would you do to Courtney and Brittany? Why would you do them? Would you rape them if she's a target individual? Yes, or at least a high likelihood of sexual torture. So I'm going to let you be not fair like that? You're delusional. For all the women getting raped and tortured, I will not let you use the name of Courtney or Brittany and act like you're doing what? Okay, so what you guys do to these women? You see who's never. And it doesn't take a genius to see that. It's like, you're not going to let professional rapists bring up Courtney and then try to cover it up. Oh, but we're women, and so what? That means it's a different portal. What? Fuck you. Your gender does not counter the sufferings of these women. I guess I'm wise like that. It's so disgusting. Women literally saying, I woke up feeling sore, feeling in pain, throwing up. Then I go to the doctor, doctors are compromised, refuse rape, like all these things. Others saying, while I was sleeping, I could feel my genitals being cooked up and what. I couldn't even use the restroom. Like this thing is, and I'm going to let you bring it. No. You think I'm going to allow these clowns who dare to be involved in a program where thousands of women are getting raped, maybe even million, and be like, oh, that was rape? I was like, well, then what's that you guys do to these thousands of women? Or even millions? Delusional trash. I'm not perfect, but I will never allow these people. That's why, unfortunately, I was never got able to get a hold of Courtney, because this is somebody I met maybe twice when I was in college. But Brittany, oh my gosh. I did that just for out of spite. Just letting know. And I talked to her. She's like, I'm happy now. I was like, you might go talk to this woman that get raped every day. Imagine you're involved in that and you try to bring up that you're doing justice with you delusional fuckers. What will happen to Brittany and her children? What will happen to Courtney and her children? Then you come and we show fierceness, disgusting trash. We show the fierceness of the thousands of women who are being tortured sexually in this program. Never. I can't do that. I'm not gonna paint myself as a saint, but I'm not gonna let people involved in something where that many women are suffering and sexual torture is happening like that. Never. And the best part is like, no, but we just joined. So you just joined something where thousands of women are being raped. Yes. And I'm being very conservative in the numbers. It could be millions of women. There's a high percentage of women suffering this program, and a lot of them are getting attacked sexually via this technology and other ways, just because they want to psychologically break down the women or even the men. But I'm specifically calling out women. So when I heard that, I was like, you're never gonna leave that fantasy. There's a book right now where I learned the word GHB. GHB is they rape drugs. I didn't even know what they drug women. And it's funny, I remember when they would try to like make it sound like I do. I was like, I don't even know what this thing looked like. No idea what this I don't even know. Is it a pill? Is it like a liquid? Like I don't even. The only reason why I know about GHB is because I saw that in the book of where these men talk about it. They were spiking drinks of these women with these drugs. Can you imagine being involved in something like that, and then try to repaint it? Not, but when we involved in this, because we're like, no, never. Be accountable for what you're part of. Then ask me, you gonna be accountable? No. I'm gonna be accountable for being put in a program where women are getting raped. And that's a common testimonial. You're not gonna make me accountable for whatever me and you can't even who wants to recreate this program as like your portal. That's the things they say. So for me, when I make this video, Target Mitchell, it's a way to put myself back into the state of reality of what's happening here. The reality that they've damaged my body in such a condition that there's no returning. I know I'm not supposed to, like, I don't want target individuals to feel demoralized. I want you to fight till the end. For me, death is not a scary thing. I'm at peace with dying. It's okay. We're all gonna die. But what I'm not, I will never allow is to, while I'm dying, let these clowns recreate reality. And then the stupidity that you deal with. Listen. I know that the reason why these people love this thing, that they can be willing to skew their thinking, is because what this program gives them in return. We are targeting the level of advancement we're dealing with this technology. Like I said, they can sound like, oh, this is not some dogs talking. They can be all kind of purpose can be involved in this. But what they love about this whole thing is the level of advancement and what they can do. Even the street people give the chance of somebody to play with a human being like they're gods. Can you imagine the intoxicating feeling of that? With me, let's just talk about the physical aspect of it. I said they damaged my body so much that I know that if they don't treat some of the damage they created, I will not be alive right now. It's like they want to prolong my life. They're doing it so slow. A lot of times just say this is like a slow kill. I think with me they went a little too far and kind of like have to like revert a little bit of the things they've done to my body to prolong this, and I'm conscious of it because I can feel it. I feel I feel like what keeps me like going is just understanding that I'm not going to let these people live their fantasy. That's like my driver. And these people, all of them, however they, from the menacing looking to the professional, they love this because they're doing these things to my body. Watch my body just break down, and then kind of repair a little bit, and seeing that and being involved in that with technology that's advanced enough to do that remotely. I go to the office, they laugh. I was like, oh, your spleen, your guts, your this, your that. Oh, we just damaged this, we just that. Oh, you see. And you realize this is why it's so easy for them to partake in this. So that's the physical aspect. They slowly this changing my physique, my body, and my health. But then, I think what's another level here is the brain. That is truly what they really love the most. I know. That is what gives them that feeling of God. One thing I gotta say in talking with you, if you're dealing with V2K, you know this technology is advanced at a level that is even hard to even express. When I say, and so many of us say the same thing, the level of mental control that they have over us when they do this V2K is insane, and your state of thinking is like MK Ultra on the level of steroid that is surpassing everything. It's no longer about just the programming that you think that's the textbook. No. They literally have the ability to capture your brain signals and put them back in the way. That's what we understand. And for me, they make me think in these retarded ways, and it's just this mental battles, and it's just like reshaping your thinking in ways that just make no sense, and you're like, never. One thing is for sure, target video, do not internalize the way they play with you. Know who you are, with your flaws as they are. Nobody's perfect. I know who I am. I know the true me, and I know how they try to shift me into somebody else. I will never present myself as a saint. I won't trust people who do that, and I'm not that. But I will never internalize this manipulation. I'm talking to you to your last breath. We're all gonna die. These losers will die. Some of them died before watching me slowly die. Know who you are. Do not change. Well, let me just say this. Do not change how you see yourself, but understand that you're no longer yourself. Matter of fact, you should love yourself even more, because you are capable to go through, endure this nastiness, and still be strong enough to know it's like, I will never internalize this way you play my brain. I will never. With me, some target video, when they do this manipulation, they're like, hey, we can do this, we can do that, and they do it, right? Other target videos say that, oh, they do this manipulation, then they try to make you feel guilty for how they manipulate your brain. And I'm one of the target videos they do that too. So basically, they want me to internalize how they play with my brain, and try to make me rationalize like a mentally handicapped individual, when clearly they're just rewiring my brain, altering my brain, forcing me to get emotions and thought process are so degrading and disgusting. Then make some noise campaign that's supposed to scare me into internalizing this. And so yesterday was like some stupid mental battles. It was so stupid. And on top of that, to stay in character, the ecosystem around me. And that's what I'm talking about. For me, the body cam is not even about capturing what they're gonna do to me. Like, it's about the way they behave around you, the theatrics. And I'm like, I have a body cam. And by the way, we all know that the law enforcement is involved in this. Okay, I knew that quite early, because even when this whole thing started, oh my gosh, the cops were like, I used to live right next to like a precinct of like a police station, literally like 2 blocks away, like so close. So around when the V2K thing started happening with me, 2019, August 19, 2019, right after that, so many cops would come and do the indirect conversation and involve themselves in this. It was so intense until COVID started. That's when things kind of stopped with them being that involved. It was because the whole issue here in New York, so many people dying, but they were so involved. So I already knew, it's like, oh my gosh, this is a thing that obviously law enforcement is involved in. And now, years later, almost 6 years later, I'm here, and I see obviously the law enforcement involved, but not at the same level of degree that it used to be. But this purpose here, recreate reality in ways that's like, he's supposed to forget that, hey, when they start doing that, remember the 20 cop cars around, and then the cops around saying the things, looking at you, participating in that. Forget about that. Now the law enforcement is involved. Like, what? They were involved before you. These clowns were even involved. So when I go to the train station, and the best part about this whole gimmick around me is this purpose recurring reality so much. They are so gaslighty. It's insane. But they do it so much that it almost discredit them too much. It's like they're not strategic about how gaslighting they are. Because if you can gaslight me for everything that is so obvious, you diminish your credibility. You diminish your respect. Like it's like they're so like desperate. It's like they clearly don't need the most competent to be participating in this. You just need people who know how to respect themselves. Because I would think, okay, if I gaslight this person too intensely for every obvious thing that we're clearly gaslighting, he is going to be less influenced by us in the sense of what we're saying, and all we're going to do is agitate him, but he will never even have a close to influence by us in the sense of accepting this. It's like kind of ruining the whole internalization. It's going to agitate him, it's going to annoy him, but he will never be like, oh, these people can gaslight me on something that obvious. Should not internalize this. So when me to do that, well, even reality in front of it, that even when you film it, they try to change it. But going back to my body cam, a few days I went to the office. It was so bad. First of all, I've said it many times, they do this nasty manipulation toward kids of all age, the youngest, even babies, infants. They force me to get this emotion stimulation sensation that I've said. They do that to other target individual. Let me see. This is what they do. Let me bring that up.
Lose your grasp on what's going on. Ultimately, if you can think of the darkest things that you could say to somebody, something that you would never say to somebody, those are the sorts of things that it uses to destroy you.
At first, they were saying a lot of homosexual things to me. Once that really didn't fly, as far as, getting me mad or whatever, they switched over to talking a lot about pedophilia, and that was happening a lot.
Automated torture, 24/7, 365. You have to understand that it's just a computer. Whatever you don't like, it will continue doing.
It was mocking, deriding, and then they can suggest thoughts and actions and emotions. About 6 months of straight-on torture, driving me to the absolute brinks of sanity.
V2K exploits fears, traumas, insecurities. It deceives, it manipulates.
80% of the time now it is negative, extremely negative, horrific. But then they can elicit strong emotional reactions on people, and they could do it with whatever emotion.
These could be regularly appearing subtle thoughts telling you to kill yourself. Victims also report thoughts and dreams being sent into their head daily. The thoughts are often indistinguishable from your own, but are obvious because they seem out of place compared to your usual thoughts. These could be regularly appearing subtle thoughts telling you to kill yourself or to hurt people.
They can elicit strong emotional reactions on people, and they could do it with whatever emotion. We can turn you on right now. We can make you angry. We can make you sad, and they would do it. It was like they pressed a button, and it just went, and it just would just go away. And I just felt like totally normal.
The dreams are noticeably different from ordinary dreams in that they are often...
This is coming from this cognitive, what's the name of the video? It's Cognitive Liberty Dystopia documentary, specifically about target individual. I recommend all target individuals go watch it, and it seems like it's going to be watched by a lot of people. 10 minutes in that video, 10 minutes in that documentary, that's what you heard. 10 minutes in. There's even earliest portion where they say they plan thoughts, they plan emotion, whatever things that can drive you into insanity, they will do it. And then they're going to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you lose your mind, until you crash out. And that's what they do to me. But then with me, they try to rationalize. Now we just exposed you. It's like, you bunch of retard. You've been exposed for attacking people psychologically in this way. And it's a repetitive testimonial. People say the same things. Then they send this little clown. And the worst is when you see them in person. Not even in person. When you have the camera to show the level of theatricalness. Listen, with me, when I see kids, from the youngest to the oldest kids, the teenager, when they force me to get sexual stimulation, so disgusting. On Thursday, I loved it because I'm like, these people, they're so disconnected with how they appear when they behave this way. It obviously looks like they're just so theatrical. And with me, what they want me to think is like, oh, we just do our research to expose you. And then we who have this program that can elicit all, involved in this program that can elicit all kind of emotion, inclusive of this, what these men say, they turn him on, basically sexual arousals. Whenever they want. Will not force this person to get this. Like, they gaslight you almost like you're a child. It's like, us who can create all this emotion. When we look at our phone, we're just evaluating things that we can create, because we who can implant or make you have any emotional reaction, in this case, will not do it. Will not. And they do that. And they look and like, oh, we're so honest. That we will not make you have these emotions as soon as you see this person and pretend that we're looking at something that is just not as implanting or enforcing, not enforcing, but implanting or forcing you to experience this emotion. Now, matter of fact, they try to say, oh, we're just enforcing you, trash, as you are making my brain have this experience. And then look at it like, oh, we're just so evaluating, being super theatrical. They're like, it's so insane to even think that somebody's going to accept this. I'm like, what? So you want me to see you guys as, even though you have the ability, as many have mentioned, to make somebody have all kind of emotion, inclusive of sexual arousal, will not make me have this experience because you're too honest in a program that is torturing even children, to force me to have this emotion when this is happening. You're like, go fuck yourself. And then you see the clowns. This is amazing. On my way to the train, you see these little teenagers. And I know my experiences are going to be created and manipulated for me to experience. And they're going to look like they're just observing. And then you see that on camera, via your body cam, and you see little losers like this. Amazing. This, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Let me show you. I'll show the actual video because this is amazing. You see this little random little teenager. I don't know if you can even see it. She started walking, and the video is amazing. This little teenager, nothing. With me, right now, my brain, they try to create perceptions with whatever minimal womanly aspect that she has on her to make me look at her in a sexual way. But so sad. I'm like, oh my gosh, my brain needs to be completely altered to force me to see this look. And I'm not here to be objectifying or talking about people's physique. It's because my brain is being manipulated. But the thing is, like, the lack of self-awareness, thinking that this little thing like that. And she walks and she was like, really, I'm like, they're not even conscious of what they look like. I'm like, if somebody like this ever come near me, thinking that she's super seductive, but I will embarrass the life out of them. But I know my brain, they can elicit all these emotions. Well, it's like they don't even know what they look like. She's like here, modeling, walking. She's like, to her in her mind, she's it's too much. So seductive. She's so in character. She's so disconnected from the reality of this. This is what you look like. And I'm like, Oh my God. And then when cops around, they're like, oh, we got you. I was like, dude, look at this little weirdo. It's like, yeah, no, it's like, the day you ever, if this little thing can come near me, and I'm not here to insult, but look how pathetic this little life is. And she walking, it's like, yeah, we protect kids. Trash ass. This low life, I involved in a program where torturing children is happening. And then you wonder, and you're like, man, and this is supposed to be my bait. This is supposed to be my bait. I'm supposed to be baited by this. You're like, yeah, they know you. I'm like, I'll put that in your face. Bunch of clowns, retards. Actually, these clowns are involved in a program that does all these diabolical things. But on top of that, there is a strong pedophilia aura in these entities behind this program. And it's weird to find out that Epstein had a lot of fascination into this program, or this technology. Then you see little teenage trashy low life like that. I'm like, oh, I can see who's grooming this low life. And with me, on top of that, the type of psyops that consists of like this feminism. Oh, it's the fake. It's not even. I'm not even gonna call that feminism because I don't want to insult real feminism. It's gender used to cover up this pedophilia-ness that's happening over there while the torment target individual. And for me, when I look at this perpetrator, they say, yeah, now everybody believes us. I was like, yeah, okay. So everybody's aware what this game is about. Everybody enjoy being part of something where they can play gods and play with people's brain however they want, and then use this little retard around here. It's like, oh my gosh, this thing, we're just evaluating us who can make you experience or elicit all kind of emotion. They're too honest for them to be doing that. They're all this against them. And then the mental battles start. Oh God. To convince me that they're just doing their research, and based on their matching and mapping, they'll start bringing up whatever they can to get. Like yesterday, there was this person that, and this is how stupid it is. I was watching this guy, the streamer. He's an older man. It's the Rampage Jackson, very kind of like very let's just say outspoken, childish, grown man. And there was an ad for this new nutrition shop, and there was this girl that I recognized, like, oh, she was like an influencer, in like fitness influencer. She's like this very petite but very like athletic, and she partnered with him, and they were trying to mess with me. It's like, oh, you see, you used to watch her. And because she's very athletic, and she's small, petite, but she's very strong, and then physically, her physique has a athletic physique. So you can, there's aspect of her that can look sexual because she just works out. She got curves because she works out. But it's really just, she's very petite and just very like cut and strong, you know, and it's not even like a masculine kind of physique. It's like athletic but still feminine. It's not like a bodybuilder. And they're trying to say, and I thought actually, when I remember I started seeing her like in like mid 2019, you know. I remember seeing her everywhere. She was a little, you know, small but like very strong. And they're like, oh, but when she did this like flipping out show, like there you can see her butt area in this way. I'm like, it's because she's fit. But I'm like, okay, she's just another athletic influencer, fit person. And I thought she was actually like early 20s, but she was just like an 18-year-old there. And like, you see, that's proof, look at her. The best part is this girl today, who's maybe just like 24, 25. When she was only 21, she's dating a 46-year-old man. Let's just say I'm not nowhere close to 46. And I'm like, First of all, as somebody who's not close to 46, would not even want to be with somebody that young. Now, just because she's somebody who is like extremely fit and obviously you can perceive her in a way that's sexual because she has a body that she's been working out, and it's the body shows the work ethic. But let me show you who they want to compare these little retards. This is who I'm talking about. This person here. Let me just show this. This, who does all this, who does workout underwater. This person, who's, let me just give you a better idea of how fit this person is. Ugh. I'm not even, unfortunately, I didn't show all of it. I'll show the other one, but I'm gonna show, like, there will be like, here, you can look at her and it's like, yeah, I mean, and I wish I could, because I didn't transfer the pictures of this because I wanted to show this young woman, and she was like 18 years old, right? And I thought actually she was 20, but I'm like, okay, this is like a fitness influencer, and they tried to mess with me because she turned 18 in like early January 2019. They're like, no, but you try to go backwards. And I can show you fit. But she's like petite at the same time. I'm like, okay, she clearly has an athletic physique. So you can picture her in this way. She's 18. Of course, I won't even. But this, and I wish I'm going to show, she's dating right now. This girl is dating a 46-year-old man. Now, the best part is they're like, oh, because you can look at this person like that. When you look at this, it's a match. It's a match. They have clowns like that who be like, oh, that fitness influencer that's super like strong and this and that guy. Like, it proves it that when you see, and by the way, when I was looking at, because they're messing with me, because I forgot this person's name. And I was going through, to get even this thing, I had to go through her Instagram. I had to go through her history. I forgot her name. I had to literally look up her name here. I'm like, what's the name of the fitness influencer who partnered with Rampage Jackson on the one-stop trip? That was yesterday at 6 p.m. And they're like, I believe her name is Demi Bagby or whatever. Then I looked it up, and because they were trying to mess with me, it's like, and then as I'm looking it up, somehow my Instagram followed her. I don't know if it's because I went on her page. I don't know. It's like, you see, you've been following it for. It's like, what? They tried to gaslight me that I was following her when I had to literally ChatGPT her name, but asking who is the person. And like, no, see, you just follow her all along. And they have no shame. The same people who said, oh, if you can look at this person this way, and I wish I had the images that if you can look at this person this way, it means this is natural. And even this was fake. Oh my gosh, the way they stimulated me. Wow. Oh my gosh. They're playing my libido so much that I feel testicle pain. Testicle pain. But I'm like, I know what you're trying to do. You want me to have so much pain sexually in regards to force me to get sexual arousal. They will make me have so much sexual arousal when I was like so forced. And I could tell, even though, okay, she definitely look more womanly when she does this trick because she has muscle. But it was so fake. I was getting so much forced sexual arousal, forced as hell. It was so intense. And I'm like, you will never make me subscribe to this fake interest stimulation. Even told her. And then, because what happens is, when they do these things, after a while, I'm so much in pain that I need to release. It's just too much. So I watch adult content, which they then mess with my thoughts. I'm like, no. My libido has been diminishing a little bit, so now I can be stronger to just last multiple months of that doing and deal with the pain. But they're playing my libido to the point of pain. It's like, I'll never internalize this. I will never accept this manipulation you make me have toward this girl who's today with a 46-year-old man. Which I was like, okay, that is weird. Listen, I know there's 20-some-year-old with 40-year-old, 50-year-old. I know that it's happening. But the funny part, that they were trying to like, oh, he saw her like that. And today, actually, she was with this man in his 40s when she was only like 21 years old. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not even in my 40s. I can't even. But look at you, dumbass. And this girl with a 40-some-year-old who's about to be 50-year-old this man is going to be 50 when she's still in her 20s. Clown. And then try to make me accept it. Nah, we expose you. That's proof that this. I'm like, ah. And the worst part is how they try to make me look at her. The little minuscule aspect of womanly that she has, they try to make me see her that way. It's like, that's what you look like. Can you imagine? And then they try to bring up the control. There's like this popular influencer who was like contortionist. That she doesn't look like a teenager. She didn't even, But there was one angle because she can contortionist her body into looking like she had curve when she doesn't. They were trying to mess with me, and she was like, I was like, oh, you're just playing with my brains. Like, you just try to put together things to try to make me accept you of this manipulation here. It's like, now we have so much you proved. It's like, yeah. It's like, I love in their mind the way they think that they look like they're just provers. I'm like, you really think that you proved that this is natural? That anybody's interested in this trash? But bringing up influencers, that one is a fitness influencer that's like super physically athletic, and the other one just has contortion her body to the point where that's where you can. Like, yeah, I was so over. We had so much proof. I'm like, clown. And then finding out Epstein was involved in this. I'm like, no wonder why, bunch of retards. Then they lose this little retard to think that it's really it's such a research. Like, it's so over. We have so much proof. You so much retardation is amazing. And they expect to go with that, and they contract a lot of these clowns who think they can mentally retard you to that point. It's like, it's so much proof. It's like, I swear to God, you've proved this. It's so stupid. It's amazing. They make me feel like a genius by being a basic thinker. It's like, no, it's not proof. I was like, oh gosh, really? No wonder why Epstein was wanting to be part of these provers. Clearly protecting children. And then you hear the things they do to children. You have proof of this nature. First of all, you heard the clear manipulation, wanting to compare this here to this and like, oh no, got so much proof. The stupidity. It's like, no, we're not manipulating you. and then try to act like, oh, we didn't prove that we're hard. Like, this is the kind of meanness we're talking
Always doing
about.
it to civilians. Always doing it to little 3-year-old girls, to 5-year-old girls that say they have no white child in their heads. You see? So, always doing.
This program hurt 3-year-old toddlers. And they contract this loserness of retardation to try to gaslight you, to internalize this manipulation. In however ways they try to piece things together and alter reality. As they manipulate you, it's like, nah, we will never do this manipulation. And have clowns like this around. And then some of the neighbors, they would talk about something about videos and things like that. It's like, look, this is the neighbors that they contract to be involved in this. Like, I will never let you live your fantasy. I get it. I am one of many of these guinea pigs that they do all these things to. But I will never be brilliant mentally to the point of internalizing these things. I know they can play my brain. They were doing these things toward these little babies. By the way, let me just an example, like this little girl here. They wanted me to accept this manipulation. Oh, we match it to you as a child. Like, no, you're forcing me to get sexual stimulation. As I'm saying that, they tried to kind of mess with me because as I dropped the phone, I think my wire hit the and like, you see, that's the proof on camera. So now you just try to push people into insanity using this alteration of the mind. From the most degrading experiences toward these little babies to this annoying experiences when I'm forced to experience these things toward this teenage trash. They are playing with the brain to force those experiences. And I will never internalize this, and I accept that this is how my brain is going to be tormented and manipulated to push me into insanity and anger and rage. I will never accept this manipulation and the stupidity to gaslight me to no, we've proved that, for example, look at her. It's a match. You see? Then bring up whatever else they can recreate and falsify and alter. I was like, I will never give you that fantasy. But I welcome to behave this way in front of me. I have nothing else to live by and put that in their faces. You will not paint them. You paint yourself in that way. And in regard to the justice seeking, like I said, you can't be involved in a program where thousands of women getting raped and tortured, even children, 3-year-old and 5-year-old being tortured this way. You know, when they do this, it's like, oh, you got paid for what you did when you were a child. When you hear a woman say, who's doing these things to the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old that are being tortured psychologically and sexually? It's this program. But when these clowns get involved in this, I'm supposed to think that, oh, it's the portal of these gender-based people. And by the way, you know something, the way they try to gaslight me, when I see like a 24-year-old or something like that looks like this, or like there's this like Perfect Date show on Netflix that's like a reality show, and you have this like extremely good-looking young adults, like men and women that look like this or this, and like, oh, you see, I can look at this 24-year-old in this way. I'm like, what? That's proof. And then you have the little retards that they send. It's like, now we mapped it. Look, if you can look at this woman who's 24-year-old in this sexual way, this is the researchers. And that makes sense. That you will see this retardation. And the best part is these perps expect you to just let them play this game in front of you. Like, for me, I welcome your stupidity in front of me. Compare yourself to a reality show called Too Hot to Handle. Because there's a 24-year-old woman who looks like that you think you're matching to. Bunch of retards. Target me just stay strong and see this trash for what they are.